Tens of thousands of supporters of Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement challenged warnings from Beijing and swarmed the city center in a show of strength, even as the Chinese government flaunts its military muscle. Protesters marched from a park in central Hong Kong in the pouring rain in what appeared to be the biggest rally in weeks. Police had approved the Sunday rally, but opposed plans for demonstrators to spill into nearby roads. Defying police orders, protesters marched anyway.
This movement has been going on for weeks, for 11 weeks, and yet our demand has still not been heard by the government.
Protesters have filled the streets late into the night since early June over proposed legislation that would have allowed extraditions to mainland China. The bill has been shelved, but not entirely withdrawn. The movement has also grown to include demands for greater democracy, for Hong Kong's unpopular leader to resign, and for investigations into alleged police abuse. China has likened acts by protesters to terrorism. For days, paramilitary police officers have gathered for drills in a city close to the Hong Kong border. In this video carried by state media late yesterday, hundreds of armed Chinese police charge at men dressed in black, a clear warning that intervention by force is possible.
I will urge Beijing to really rethink before they take next action.
The unrest has become one of the biggest challenges for the mainland government. China has threatened it will not let the protests rage on, but also knows the world is watching if forces cross over the border. But despite the threats and sometimes ugly scenes of the past 11 weeks of protests, demonstrators today were a striking display of their movement's continuing strength. As the streets of Hong Kong became a sea of umbrellas today, the scene was reminiscent of the umbrella movement protests 5 years ago. Thousands marched, demanding more political freedom, using umbrellas to shield themselves from police tear gas and pepper spray. The umbrella has since become a symbol of protest in Hong Kong.